My mom threw me and my kids out of Christmas dinner right after I spent $22,000 this year to keep them afloat. She said my sister deserved it more and slammed the door, so I canceled their mortgage, truck loan, and every payment. The snowstorm took care of the rest. The snow was hammering down outside my weathered duplex, plastering the windows like it was pissed at the world. It was December 20th, 5 days before Christmas, and I was slumped at the kitchen table, a half-flat beer in hand, my knuckles still raw from wrestling a seized brake line on my pickup in the driveway. My kids, Olivia, 9, and Mark, 7, were sprawled on the living room floor, taping paper ornaments to a spindly $15 tree I'd haggled for at the gas station lot. The space heater wheezed in the corner, barely cutting the chill sneaking through the walls, my breath fogging faintly in the dim light. I just stumbled in from a 15-hour shift hauling lumber through a whiteout, my boots leaving muddy streaks by the door, my shoulders screaming from the load. My phone buzzed hard on the table, rattling a stack of overdue notices I'd been dodging. Mom's name blinked. I figured she needed cash for the gravy boat or Deborah's latest emergency. I'd been their cash cow for years, $22,000 this year alone. So I hit speaker, leaning back, ready for the shakedown. "Bruce, Christmas dinner's canceled for you," Mom said, her voice cold and tight, like she was scolding a kid who'd tracked dirt in. "Deborah's running it, and we're keeping it tight. No space for you and the kids." The words crashed into me like a jackknifed rig, heavy and jagged, knocking the wind out of me. Olivia's tape roll hit the floor with a dull thud, her paper star crumpling, and Mark's little hands froze, his eyes darting to mine, wide and wounded. "What the hell is this?" I growled, slamming the beer down, the can denting under my grip, foam dripping onto the chipped tabletop. "You're kicking me and my kids out of Christmas. For Deborah?" "Yeah," she said, smug and clipped, like she was tossing out junk mail. "Her twins are sensitive. Your two are too rowdy, too rough around the edges. It's smoother without you. We'll catch up later, maybe." The heater sputtered and the room went silent, the kids' stares slicing through me like I'd failed them. "Too rowdy?" I lurched up, my chair tipping back, boots stomping across the sticky linoleum as I paced the cramped kitchen. "I've paid 22 grand this year. Vacations, groceries, your car loan, the mortgage, Deborah's flower shop that went belly up, pocket money for her spoiled brats, every damn hotel dinner when you're too lazy to fire up the stove. And you're ditching us for her?" My chest heaved, my voice booming, sweat beading under my flannel, despite the cold seeping in. Mom sighed, that long, irritated huff she used to brush me off. "Don't make a mountain out of this, Bruce. It's one night. Deborah's had it tough. Her kids need calm. Yours are tough little buggers. They'll be fine." "Tough little buggers," I roared, my fist slamming the counter, rattling a chipped mug and a pile of Olivia's school drawings. "I've shelled out $22,000, years of it, so you can sip margaritas in Cancun, stock your pantry, drive your truck, while I'm scraping by on gas station sandwiches to keep my kids fed. My kids aren't tough. They're kids, Mom. And you're picking Deborah's little hellions over them?" Olivia shrank into the couch, clutching Mark's arm, and Mark's lip trembled, his paper snowflake tearing in his hands. "Watch your mouth," she snapped, her tone a whip crack. "This is family. Deborah's fragile. She deserves this. You're sturdy. You'll get by. Quit acting so damn selfish." That word, selfish, lit a fuse in me, years of swallowed rage flaring up. "Selfish?" I barked a laugh, harsh and raw, the sound ricocheting off the peeling walls. "I've paid for every ski trip, every grocery run, your car, the house, Deborah's flop, 22 grand this year, while she whines about stress and begs for more. And I'm selfish?" I stopped by the window, staring at my snow-buried pickup, its hood still propped from my repair, the cold outside mirroring the fire in my gut. She went quiet, the line crackling, then muttered, "You always offered, Bruce." "Don't spin it now." "Offered." I spun, my voice shaking the cheap tinsel on our tree. "I've covered every cent since Deborah tanked your savings. Hotels, gas, her twins' fancy-ass boots they trash in a month. 22 grand this year, Mom, while my kids sleep under blankets from Goodwill." But sure, I begged to do it. My sarcasm dripped thick, like the oil stains on my jeans. "It's for Deborah," she said, firm and final, like a lock clicking shut. "You'll manage. Merry Christmas." She hung up, the call cutting off with a beep, leaving me glaring at the phone like it had sucker punched me. Olivia whispered, "Are we too loud, Daddy?" Her voice tiny, and Mark sniffed, wiping his nose on his sleeve, his snowflake in shreds. I dropped to my knees, pulling them close, their little bodies shaking. "No, you're perfect. They're the ones messed up. We'll have our own Christmas. Way better." I swear my tone was steady for them. But inside, I was a wildfire, ready to burn their world down. Deborah, mom's princess, dad's sweetheart, the family's golden girl no matter how much she screwed the pooch. 6 years back, she'd blown $35,000 of their retirement on a flower shop that folded in 5 months. Rotting petals and bounced checks piling up, while mom cried into her tea and dad shrugged. She's finding herself. I didn't push back. I stepped up, paid for every vacation, Disney, beach condos, a cruise 2 summers ago, groceries for their fridge, daily bills, dad's truck loan, the house mortgage, Deborah's shop debts I quietly ate, pocket money for her twins' toys and overpriced jackets, every hotel dinner they demanded when they needed a night out. 22 grand this year, 133 a month, straight from my trucker paychecks, my cracked hands, my nights crashed in the cab with the heat off to save gas while Deborah posted pics of her hardship with hashtags I funded. I let it slide, family's family, until they kicked me and my kids out of Christmas dinner. The one night we all showed up, no excuses. I snatched my laptop from the cluttered counter, flipping it open with a loud crack, the screen flickering to life. Logged into the bank account tied to their mortgage. My name was on it. Had been since Dad fumbled the login, and Mom purred, "You're our rock, Bruce." There it was. $22,000 gone this year. $7,000 on vacation, hotels, gas, park tickets, $5,000 on groceries and utilities, $2,800 on Dad's truck, $6,200 on the mortgage, $1,000 on Deborah's flower flop I bailed out, plus pocket money and hotel tabs. My overtime, my frostbitten fingers, my kids in hand-me-downs so they could live cushy. I scrolled to the mortgage, $1,400 due January 1st, auto pay set from my account. I clicked cancel auto pay, then hit the truck loan, $400 a month, and axed that too. Payment stop popped up twice. They'd feel it when the heat died and the truck quit. Right after their smug Christmas high crashed, I leaned back, a dark grin splitting my face. Let Deborah's sensitive twins enjoy a cold house and no ride. Christmas Eve trudged in, the snow thicker, the duplex lit with our scrappy cheer, paper chains from old flyers, a tree with half its lights busted, the kids giggling as we baked cookies with dough I'd stretched from a dented can of mix. I kept grinding. Another haul through the storm, tires spinning on black ice, my breath steaming in the cab as I cursed the wind. No calls yet, just the hum of my own space, the kids' chatter slicing through the heater's drone. I'd stumble in late, peel off my soaked boots, and crash on the couch with a coffee, the mug warming my chapped hands. Olivia and Mark would pile on, showing me their cookie messes, stars with melted edges, reindeer with extra heads, and I'd laugh, the knot in my chest loosening a bit. One night, I hit the roadhouse with Logan, my old trucking buddy, the air thick with fry grease and rowdy chatter. He slid into the booth, snagging onion rings, his grin wide as grease smeared his jacket. "You're off, man," he said, chewing loud. "What's up? You look ready to ram something." I sipped my coffee, the bitterness grounding me. Parents kicked me and the kids out of Christmas dinner. For Deborah, after 22 grand this year, vacations, groceries, mortgage, her flower bust, her twins' crap, hotel dinners, said my kids are too rowdy. His jaw dropped, an onion ring plopping to the table. "No shit. And they think you'll keep the cash flowing?" I nodded, slow and raw. "Not anymore. Canceled the mortgage and truck loan. They're about to get real uncomfortable." He cackled, slamming the table, rattling the ketchup bottle. "That's ice cold, Bruce. I'm here for it," I smirked, clinking my mug against his beer. They chose Deborah. I chose my kids. The roadhouse's heat hugged me, a shield against the knife they jammed in my back. Christmas morning broke, the snow a heavy curtain, muffling the world as the kids ripped into their gifts. $30 worth of thrift store finds, a doll with a wonky eye for Olivia, a banged-up robot for Mark, their grins lighting up the gloom. I'd scraped together our dinner. Ham from the clearance rack, box stuffing, a can of peas, nothing fancy, just ours. The phone buzzed at 9 a.m. "Mom, Bruce, heat's funky." "Check it." I ignored it, slicing ham while Mark built a tower of spoons. An hour later, Dad's voicemail growled, "Furnace is off, Bruce. Handle it." I didn't. Deborah's text cut through. "You're screwing us. It's cold." I grinned, handing Olivia a roll, our duplex warm, while their house turned into a deep freeze. The day dragged on, their messages piling up like the drifts outside. By noon, Mom's texts were frantic. "Bruce, it's 55 degrees. What's happening?" Dad's calls stacked. 5, 12. His voice rough. Pay it, Bruce. This ain't a joke. Deborah's were venom. My twins are shivering, you prick. I was on the floor playing Go Fish with the kids, Olivia giggling as she nabbed my cards when Mom's voicemail shook through. Bruce, it's dropping. Deborah's kids are bawling. Fix it. I smirked, dealing a new hand, their panic a faint buzz against our little bubble. The mortgage and truck loan were off. Bank wouldn't move till after the holiday crunch. Timing was a gut punch. Christmas night, the storm kicked into overdrive, wind howling like it was out for blood. My phone was a war zone. 20 calls from Mom, 15 from Dad. Texts exploding. Mom, Bruce, it's 45 degrees. Help us. Dad, turn it on now. Deborah, you ruined Christmas. My kids are sick. I was in the kitchen, frying ham scraps for sliders, the sizzle loud, picturing their chaos. Mom fussing over a cold roast, Dad pacing by the dead furnace, Deborah wrapping her twins in blankets I'd paid for, all of them shivering in the gloom. 45 degrees, chilly, but the deep freeze was closing in. I slid the sliders onto plates, handing them to Olivia and Mark, their chatter drowning the buzz as we settled on the couch with a scratched DVD of Elf, laughing at Buddy's antics while their pleas stacked up unanswered. December 26th dawned brutal, the snow waist-deep, the cold biting through my coat as I shoveled the walk, my breath puffing in clouds. The kids were out back, rolling snowballs, their squeals echoing, when my phone buzzed. Mom, Bruce, it's 40 degrees. Deborah's losing it. Dad's voicemail snarled, "You're killing us. Fix it." Deborah, this is hell. My twins can't breathe. I tossed snow aside, grinning as Mark lobbed a snowball at Olivia, imagining their house, ice coating the windows, breath fogging, Deborah's sensitive twins whining under piles of coats. That night I was patching a hole in the drywall, hammer in hand, when the doorbell rang, loud and frantic. I wiped my hands, peeked out. Dad, snow-crusted on his parka, face red, eyes blazing under the porch light. I cracked the door, warm air spilling out, leaning on the frame as he glared, panting hard. "Bruce!" he roared, voice hoarse. "The heat's been off 2 days. Truck's dead. You did this, didn't you? We're freezing." I crossed my arms, the sting of Christmas raw. "You kicked me and my kids out of dinner. Called them too rowdy. After 22 grand, vacations, bills, your mortgage, Deborah's flop. I figured you didn't need me." His jaw dropped, then clenched, fury spilling out. It was one night. Deborah's fragile. Her twins are coughing. Mom's a wreck. I stepped forward, cutting him off, calm but cold. One night, 22 grand this year. Years of it. For trips, groceries, your truck, while Deborah plays martyr. You picked her. Now you're cold and stuck. Call the bank. Or Deborah. He flailed, snow flying, voice breaking. "We can't. It's 35 degrees, Bruce. Truck's repossessed." I didn't flinch, the duplex warmth taunting him. "Not my mess. Happy holidays." I shut the door, the lock clicking, his shouts fading as he stomped off. My phone lit up. "Mom, Bruce, we're dying. Help." Deborah, "You're evil." "My kids." "Dad, fix it now." I turned it off, tapping the drywall smooth, their chaos a distant echo. January 2nd rolled in, the cold a steel trap, the snow still thick. I was outside, splitting logs for a fire pit, the axe cracking sharp, when my cousin Fred called, laughing so hard he wheezed. "Bruce, they're a train wreck. Deborah's posting sob stories. Worst Christmas. Mom's begging neighbors for heaters. Dad's truck got towed. What did you do?" I leaned on the axe, snow crunching. "Canceled the mortgage and truck loan after they ditched me and the kids for Deborah. 22 grand this year. Done." Fred hooted. "That's savage. House hit 30 degrees. Deborah's twins are sick. Dad's stranded." I smirked, stacking wood. "Let him freeze." He spilled more. Deborah's perfect life unraveling, her twins hacking, Mom and Dad scrambling for cash. "They're toast," he said. "You're the king, Bruce." January 4th, the snow eased, but their panic spiked. I was at the roadhouse with Logan, sipping coffee, when my phone buzzed. Deborah, "My twins are in the clinic." "You bastard!" Mom, "Bruce, it's unbearable. Help." Dad, "Truck's gone. Fix this." I ignored it, biting into a burger, grease dripping, when Logan grinned. "Still crying?" I nodded. "Yeah, house is ice. Truck's history. They're feeling it." He laughed, slapping the table. "Good. They earned every shiver." Then the twist dropped like a bomb. January 7th, I was home, fixing a leaky radiator, the kids at school when the doorbell rang, sharp and urgent. I opened it. Deborah, no coat, hair a mess, shivering, her usual swagger gone. "Bruce!" she croaked, voice trembling. I've got to tell you the real story. I leaned on the frame, wary, radiator wrench in hand. Spill it, she hugged herself, snow melting into her sweater. Mom and Dad, they've been lying. The flower shop? I didn't blow the money. They did, running a scam, forging checks, skimming cash from some shady loan shark to fund their lifestyle. They pinned it on me, said it'd destroy them if it got out. I played along because they promised me half the house when they cashed out. My gut twisted, the wrench slipping, clanging on the floor. You're shitting me. No, she said, tears freezing on her face. They've been milking you. 22 grand this year, more before, to cover their tracks, pay off debts, keep the scam quiet. I took the blame because they swore they'd make it right. But now it's falling apart. Twins are sick. I'm broke. The shark's circling them. She choked up, the wind whipping her hair. I'm sorry. I didn't know they'd cut you and the kids like this. I stared, the radiator hissing behind me, my mind flashing back, every emergency withdrawal, every vague excuse, every dollar I'd bled. 22 grand this year? Years of it for their scam? And you let me carry it. She nodded, shrinking. I was scared. They threatened to ditch me too, but it's over. I'm out. You needed to know. I exhaled, steam puffing, my fists clenching. You're all parasites. I canceled the mortgage. The truck, they're done. Tell them I know, and tell the shark while you're at it. Get lost. She flinched, stepping back. Bruce, I slammed the door, the lock snapping, her shadow fading into the snow. 3 days later, Fred called, voice cracking with glee. Bro, it's a goddamn meltdown. Deborah spilled it online. Forged checks, loan shark crap. Families livid, banks foreclosing, trucks gone. Some thugs sniffing around their place. They're finished. I grinned, stirring soup on the stove, the kids' laughter drifting from the living room where they built a Lego fort. They get it now, he snorted. Hell no. Mom's guilting everyone. Dad's selling junk. Deborah's twins are in a clinic. You nuked them. I ladled soup into bowls, steam rising. They nuked themselves. I just pulled the pin. January 12th. The snow thinned, their world a charred wreck while mine stood solid. I was at the community rink, watching Olivia and Mark skate, their wobbly spins lighting up the ice, when my phone buzzed. Mom, Bruce, we're losing everything. Help! Dad, you've ruined us. Fix it, Deborah. I'm sorry. My kids are worse. I ignored it, cheering as Mark took a shaky lap, picturing their house. Pipes burst, walls iced. Deborah's sensitive twins coughing in a borrowed trailer. That night, I was grilling burgers in the kitchen, the kids begging for extra cheese when the doorbell rang. I peeked out. Dad, hunched, snow-dusted, a pawn ticket trembling in his hand, his face a mask of defeat. I cracked the door, burger smoke curling out. What? Bruce? He rasped, voice broken. We screwed up. The scam, forging checks, borrowing from a shark, it got out of hand. We hid it behind Deborah, drained you to keep it quiet. House is gone, truck's gone. He's coming for us. Help us. His eyes were desperate, a stranger begging. I leaned on the frame, the sting of Christmas blazing. 22 grand this year. Years of it. For your scam, not her shop. You kicked me and my kids out, called them too rowdy. I'm done bailing you. He shook his head, pleading. We're sorry. Deborah's out. We're broke. He'll break our legs. I cut him off. You had me. Now you've got a shark. Good luck. I shut the door, his fist pounding once before fading, the burgers sizzling as I plated them for Olivia and Mark. February rolled in, the snow melting, their lies a festering wound in the family's eyes. I took the kids to the park, their sleds carving fresh tracks, when Fred called, laughing wild. Bruce, they're done. House foreclosed, Dad's pawning tools, Mom's begging cousins, Deborah's twins in some free clinic, sharks circling. You exposed them. I grinned, pushing Mark's sled, his squeal ringing out. They figure it out, he cackled. Nope, still blaming the world. You're free, man. I hung up, lit a fire pit that night, the kids roasting marshmallows, the flames climbing high. They could drown in their scam. I'd keep my kids warm and safe.
Asterisk after listening to today's story, perhaps it has raised some new questions in your mind, or maybe it has brought back some old memories. Every day on Reddit, new experiences and moments create fresh stories, and they connect all of us. Everyone has their own unique journey in life, and we all try to understand the world in our own way. These kinds of moments remind us that we are all human, sometimes happy, sometimes sad, and always learning something new. If you enjoyed this story, feel free to share it with your friends. Your thoughts and feedback are always valuable to us, as they motivate us to create even better content. Every story has its own unique angle, and our goal is to understand everyone's perspective and make our content diverse and relatable. Stories like these help us realize that life's journey is different for everyone, and by hearing other stories, we learn something new. You can also share your own stories with us. Your experiences are valuable to us as well, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave your feedback. We aim to create content that brightens your mind and gives you new ideas every time. If you've already seen this video before, your feedback is still important. With every piece of feedback, we can improve our content and bring a new perspective to our viewers. Today, what we saw was just a small part of the many stories shared on Reddit and across the world. It's a reminder of how we all try to understand life by sharing our experiences with each other. This video was only an example of how we try to connect with others through storytelling, learning about different sides of life. We hope to continue sharing such stories that help us all learn and grow together. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to keep an eye out for more stories coming soon. If you haven't already, please like and follow for more amazing content. Your support keeps us going, and we will strive to bring you more thought-provoking and heartwarming stories. Until next time, take care and stay curious. *.